All right, Buttery Films on the podcast.
We're live. Here
Welcome.
with the C-Boys.
What up, bro?
Dude,
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming on.
This is awesome. I'm stoked. Best one I've done yet. You guys come right to me. I just walk outside. I'm in the motorhome, and we're here.
The
First class service.
Yeah, the new setup is honestly slick. We might have to just
Start running these podcasts back home.
Otherwise, we're probably never going to get any guests on. So
Just stay on the road in this thing and
yeah.
hit all 50 states. You'll get someone cool in every state you go to.
Dude, I've been following you for a long time. You've been at it for a while, right? How long you been doing this?
Time. I've been Buttery since 2009.
So how'd you pick that
Yeah,
name?
when you say Buttery, what is that?
I understand it, but
It's like
Right.
for the lingo at the time, like out here in Cali especially, we throw around a lot of slang, but I was 15 years old. Instead of saying like sick or cool or gnarly, we used to throw out buttery a lot, like, ooh, that was buttery, this was buttery. So I made
Like
a video.
smooth.
Yeah, smooth. Just
Steez,
smooth,
definitely,
silky, smooth,
yeah.
steezy.
My favorite thing is whenever I tell people about you or whatever, if I bring you up, all the girls are always like, Buttery. I like that name.
That's sweet. I hope
Buttery
They
is
do,
like,
they do
hell
say
yeah.
that. They do say that.
That's awesome.
So do people, okay, so Ben has been primarily calling you Buttery. If I'm referring like about you to anyone else, I'll call you Buttery. But do you prefer, I shouldn't say prefer, do you get called Connor or Buttery more?
Just Buttery the whole
Just
time.
Buttery the
Rarely,
whole
That's
time.
sick, I
Rarely
think.
Connor ever.
Okay.
Which I'm cool with whatever.
Yeah.
You know, the nickname sticks. It's cool. It's worked. And like
Yeah.
dude,
whatever you want to call me, it's all good by me.
I think
Sounds
it's going to
good.
stick with you. Like you're going to be like 60 at the track, and they'll be like, "Yo, Buttery."
Still, I'm like some old dude.
Dude, that'll be lit.
My gray hairs are falling out of my helmet. I'm
Still
all buttery.
riding, but keep telling us. So you
Yeah, I was filming dirt bikes at the time, just my homies. I didn't have my own dirt bike, so I was just doing a lot of filming at that time, and we made a pretty sick video, a Buttery video, and I was like, dude, I don't know what to call this thing. And my homie's like, dude, you gotta call that thing a Buttery film. So like we just put it up on YouTube
No
as in a
way.
Buttery film. And it was like the first legit edit I've ever done, and it got picked up by like all the big mainstream moto accounts at the time. It was
Really?
on
Okay.
like Swap Moto, Trans World, Racer X. So like
Dude.
kind of overnight I was able to gain the name.
What year was that?
No way.
2009.
Damn,
So
dude.
this first
long
video
time.
that
At
you
15.
Yeah, it was cool. So it's been Buttery ever since then. And then I've only been doing YouTube for I think like 3 years now. I was kind of anti-YouTube because like some of the people you watch are cringe. Like you guys aren't those people, but like over the top, just like that's
Right.
not me. I kind of just chill. So I was like anti-YouTube. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna be a YouTuber. But like now we just have fun with it, kind of the same as you
Yeah.
guys do it, and it's definitely changed our lives for sure. YouTube's awesome.
So up until that, it was just Instagram.
Just Instagram strictly. So I'd already had I don't know, maybe 300K or so on Instagram before we put out our first YouTube. So I was very well known in the moto industry on that aspect. But like once you go to YouTube, Instagram, your mind's trained to, you know, you look at something, double tap, scroll.
It's quick.
YouTube's people are locked in.
Yeah.
So it's a whole nother demographic, and you get like that cult following and a lot of super cool people on YouTube. So
it's sick that you were able to grow that big on Instagram because like we're
Alone.
vice versa.
yeah.
So let's say like let's go to your fuck around edits. That's just what we call it. That's what we call it, I guess.
Yeah.
But they're so legit. We look forward to every time they come out, especially like Tyler Riz too. He's got sick
He
ones.
goes
and
hard, yeah.
we look forward to those big ones for sure. And so like, did you get that from watching like Krusty Demons and all that? And like
I loved it. I grew up on Krusty Demons doing stuff like that, and like half my following was from the moto side because like filming the pros, so I got all those
Right.
dudes to shout me out and like giving me video creds doing it for them, and then the other half was like the party scene
Yeah.
and like really promoting the party stuff, like. Dude,
And it works.
It worked. Like then people expect it though, because like anywhere you go, like I can't even turn down a fan beer
I think
now.
they
Dude,
do expect
I'm like,
it for
they're
sure.
like, yo, you want a beer? I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm just gonna hang out with these kids. Or like, they get bummed if you turn down like
Right.
a big night of party.
Yeah.
'cause you
It's gotta be
portrayed
tough,
it, that
a
you-
little bit.
that you're this party ass. dude.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm getting older than the hangover
Yeah.
cert, but I'm always down for a good party.
Yeah.
Same here. I don't know if you still get it anymore, but I remember like it seemed like sometimes some of the pro riders and like certain people were maybe like salty because you were, I mean, at least I'll say it, you were popping more than them, and they're
Yeah.
like professional motocross
sure.
riders, and you're out just fucking around, you know, doing whatever, having fun with it.
Yeah, a couple dudes were pissed at first, and like the people that know me, they're all cool with me. But a couple dudes, if you look from the outside in, you know, you see a novice rider, some goon dude, they're out there putting blood, sweat, and tears for pretty much no promo on
Yeah.
social. But like that's our job. I'm going to ride, have fun. I get a couple of videos, so like I'm doing it that way. You know, the internet's for everyone. Instagram, you could do it too, but they're more focused on their racing.
Yeah.
And I'm just focused on videos. But a lot of guys are kind of understand now where I come from,
They've
and
come around to
we
it.
just have fun with it. But
That's
yeah,
good.
at first a lot of dudes are pretty pissed
good.
about that.
Yeah, dude, because you're definitely a staple in the moto community. We were talking about, I guess, niches and communities before we hopped on the pod, and like, I think it's safe to say pretty much everyone in the moto community knows or has heard of you.
It's pretty wild. I never thought it would get to this point. I always knew we were gonna have a little fan base, just because if you're passionate and you push it, it's all gonna happen. But like, I didn't think it'd get to this extent and the size that it is now. So I'm just thankful that we are, you know, relevant in moto for what we do, and it's pretty cool. And I think just a lot of people, they relate to us because we just ride on the weekends for fun, and that's what everyone else does too. There's only 40 dudes who can qualify who are going to be that fast you're going to see on TV, and everyone else is just riding to ride. So I think we're all kind of in that same boat. We're just riding dirt bikes because it's fun and we enjoy it, and something to do with the buddies.
Absolutely.
I think a ton of that is due to you, like, just living it. Like, you're not ever like, I need to progress to be better. I need to film some crazy stunt to be better. Like, you're truly just living it.
Yeah, I try to better myself all the time, but I don't have to push it because there's no reason. Because say I go push it to do something sweet, do a backflip, then I can't put out YouTube videos for months.
Exactly.
Then I let these kids
Or if you
down.
get hurt, then what?
Then
I mean,
what am
it's
I
like,
going to do? I'm out of a job, and I don't have to go big or be the fastest dude. So.
You know, I feel like, you know, with you and especially us, it's just like people relate. Not everyone's out there fucking hitting these giant jumps or racing or doing backflips, whatever. They just enjoy having fun. So when they're at work during the week, they get to watch your video, and it, you know, it's just, it reminds them of it, and then they get excited for the weekend, and yeah,
it's
just
just
a
perfect
camaraderie of it. It's real too,
it is.
you know.
That's what it really is.
Is there any YouTubers that you watch that you're like, oh man, I could see myself working into something like that, or I want to aspire to do more content like them?
I mean, you guys would be the most relatable by far, because like you guys are like, you do a little bit of everything. You're always outside. You're always doing something new. All extreme sports, all action sports. I'd see like doing something like you guys do. I watch other YouTubers. The prank thing's big. I'm not really like prankster guy where I'm gonna go out and like,
Fuck
you know,
people.
Like
with someone else. The Nelk shit's cool. I watch all of it, and I try to like take a piece of what everyone's doing just to see like, you know, what's gonna be popping. And I have ideas that I think would go, but I purposely don't do them just because it's not me, and I'm not gonna like fake that on the internet.
Keep it real.
So I just kind of cruise with it. But like you guys are doing it the most. Like I'd like to get into like trucks, 4-wheel stuff. Like with age comes cage. Eventually, maybe start getting into 4-wheel stuff and start doing stuff like that. Kind of whatever. I'm down to branch out and just do a little bit of everything. But you guys have kind of paved the way for that for sure.
Wow, thank you, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
So yeah, dude, I think everyone loves the freaking Charger, dude. Everyone loves you running over cones with the F-150.
Yeah,
everyone loves the Charger. Like,
yeah, that beater truck. I need to bring that thing back out. It's got
you still have it?
I was kind of wondering where that was, but
it's got 2 flat tires right now, so I'll bring that thing back.
Still runs though.
Still runs pristine. I kind of fell away. I fell in love with the van. The Mercedes life got
too
me.
nice.
Kind of prima donna now and a little prepped up in the van, but I'd like to bring the beater back and get like OG, because some people on YouTube might not even know what that is, and I built such a following just off that beater truck, and like. Dude,
that's
an relatable,
too.
Dude.
Yeah,
it's
when
relatable, and
do something like, let's say at a much smaller time than you were at now, you're like, well, I should probably bring that back because there's a bunch of viewers that haven't seen that yet.
They haven't. Yeah, and everyone's got like a beater truck, and like, you know, half the people watching this probably have Fords too. So like either F-150 or Ranger. That's kind of like Ranger Danger. That's the first one. So yeah, I'll bring that thing back for sure. I love that truck, and it runs great. I put a 60,000-mile junkyard motor in it, so technically it's the newest vehicle I own of all my vehicles. So
do you do that? The motor work? Do you do motor work on your bikes?
No. I mean, I can
really
do bike
either.
work. I can do exterior, like pull parts off. I'm a parts changer.
Yep.
And I can do that all, but depending on how I'm feeling that day or the severity of it, I'll take it to someone. I'd rather
that
it makes more sense, dude. It makes more sense.
Well, we tried getting you out to Glamis the other day and pinch a couple tubes.
And we
do the same thing.
Dude, I was struggling, dude. I was so hungover that day. I really wanted to come out with you guys, but I was worked.
It's probably good that you didn't come, honestly, because it was so windy.
We had a good time, but
we were hoping you'd be able to show us around a little bit, though.
It changes every day. So say you find a jump one day, especially if you say it's as windy as it is, you could go there tomorrow and it won't be the same overnight like that. So it's the hardest part. There's kind of some staples that kind of stay around, but not it's so ever changing. And the hardest part about Glamis is you're almost out of gas by the time you find a jump.
Yeah,
we noticed that.
Yeah, we noticed that, and then we noticed when you do find a jump, they're either tiny and they don't look very cool, or they're fucking
Huge.
massive.
Yeah. You got the little ones that you like probably wouldn't really stunt on Instagram because they're just warm up.
Right.
They're like, yo, let's go look at this thing. And you're looking at it, you're like, damn, that thing's probably fourth really on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
150 feet. Hope I make it.
Now, that's why we were hoping you were going to pull up and be a good rider and look cool.
That was my vision and my goal. I was hoping that I was going to be the case, but it just didn't end up working out. I'm bummed.
It's all right.
No, it's
well, we're
all
here
good,
now.
bro.
I'll come back up to Minnesota, make up for it.
There we go.
So how'd you like all get into like the dirt bikes?
My pops put me on a dirt bike when I was younger. And like 6 years old, I got my first one for my birthday. And like as soon as I got on it, I fell in love. And instantly I was like, this is what I'm going to do. So then I rode growing up. And I didn't have a bike for a long time. And so I was like, oh, I'll be a filmer. Because that's the closest thing you could be to the action. At least you're at the track. You're hanging with the dudes. You're standing on the track. So I was film guy, but I always wanted to ride. So I just saved up money. And I just worked construction, actually. I dropped out of high school. And I worked for a grading contractor, and I was a laborer for a long time, and then I ended up running equipment. But the owner who owned the company had a 450, and he fronted it to me, and I just took money out of my paycheck every month till I paid it off.
Really?
So that's
dope.
how I like earned my first bike. So I was super stoked, and I think it made me work harder for it, and that's why I respect it so much that I'm able to do it, and like it's technically a job.
Right.
You dropped out of
Yeah.
high school.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest it. There's people probably watching this like, yo, he dropped out, but don't do it. That's not that cool unless you plan on working, because a lot of people don't want to work nowadays.
Right.
Sure.
I just already had something set up where I made it through sophomore year. I had decent grades. I had a 4.17 freshman year. That's my claim to fame.
So you were confident enough with that, like
What were you
the
doing?
construction ahead of you, that the flack that you got for dropping out? Like, did you
Yeah,
get
it
flack
was-
for that?
My parents weren't stoked. No, and they weren't stoked about it at all, but I ended up moving in with, it was my buddy, he rode dirt bikes as well, so I moved in with my boss as well.
Really?
So,
Okay.
and it was on a farm, and I used to buck hay. We had horses there. We had 35 horses, so I'd buck hay, and that's what paid my rent to live there. And then I would just go to work with him every day, and I was like dead set on being an equipment operator. I can kind of run any piece of machinery, and like I thought that's what I was going to do
that's
for
sick.
life. And I was like pumped on it. Obviously, I would ride dirt bikes like on
Yeah.
the weekends, but I was like dead set, like, yeah, I'm going to run equipment for my rest of my life.
And like operating equipment kind of goes hand in hand with
Yeah.
dirt biking.
But then, long story short, I went to Vegas to an after party for Supercross, got all drunk, and my boss said I couldn't come to work hungover, but if I missed a day, I was fired. So I got fired,
Oh, damn.
and I lost my whole deal. And like, dude, I was banking on this thing.
Damn.
So I was like, what am I going to do?
That was when you were still paying off that bike?
Yeah. So I'm like, dude, now I'm sweating it. And my homie's like, you should make merch. I'm like, dude, there's no way anyone's
how
going
many
to buy my
subscribers?
merch.
'cause at
Or
that-
how
yeah.
many followers were you at that time?
I had about 130K on Instagram.
Okay.
And I was like, dude, there's no way anyone's going to buy this thing. And he's like, dude, I'm telling you, just try it out. And I thought it was kind of dorky because I was like, dude, no one's going to rock my name. And like, I
Right.
don't think if people
Yeah.
really fuck with me that hard. And he pushed me for it. And sure as shit, dude, I just did 100 tees on the first drop and they sold out in like an hour.
Buttery
Damn.
Films tees.
Yeah. It was just one buttery hit right here, nothing on the back, and that was it.
What year was that?
That was 2017.
2017.
That's sick.
Yeah.
No shit. So is that point forward, you were like, this Instagram thing might.
Could work.
Yeah.
I always knew there was going to be something. I had a platform I knew could go somewhere. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, but I knew it could go somewhere.
So you did aim to kind of build this platform.
Yeah. At least I thought I was going to be big moto filmer. So I just wanted to maybe create my own website and like host videos or be like the premier film edit dude where pros hit up Buttery. We're going to get an edit
Right.
with this dude or whatever the case. That's where I thought it was going. I didn't think I would brand myself to like be my own rider, my own dude. That wasn't the vision, but it's
The
cool as hell that
personality.
it worked out because like once I saw a piece of that and I was passionate for it, I'm like, dude, I gotta ride this way.
Best case scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you have one of the best balances between being a filmer and being a rider. Like,
right in between. I can do a little bit of both.
yeah, and like, I mean, if you're a filmer, a lot of times, like if you're just strictly a filmer, you grow up and being like, I love my job, but I'd like a little more credit. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I always want a little more credit. But then the fact that you started riding really well.
I was
Sick.
stoked. I was super, just being around the right people too. Like out here, you ride with dudes who are better than you all the time, and being around pros, like it's easy to progress because they'll be like give you technique or tips and advice on how you can better yourself. And especially when you film, like you watch them and you break it down, see what they're doing, and then you could try to mimic it out on the track. So I was able to progress pretty quickly as well. So that was super cool.
We always say that too, just with anything. It's the people that you surround yourself with.
It's everything.
You know?
Yeah, that's the gnarly part about being here. Everyone is so close.
And everyone's
There's so
here.
many people here.
Every professional rider lives here. Every YouTuber lives here. TikTok star, like anyone who's anyone on the internet or in the sport is right here.
Why do you think that is? Obviously, I understand like the moto aspect of it because it's just you can ride year round.
Yeah.
But like, why do you think all the?
I think
Gotta be
there's
somewhere.
I think there's hype too. Like when you guys come out of state, there's not a lot of hype here. That we do have nice weather, super nice weather. We got dirt bike tracks. You can surf, snow, skate, and moto in the same day, and it's all close enough to drive to all of them. And being by the beach, I mean, it's in a nice area, and the houses are nice, but it's overpriced. A lot of liberals.
Seems like shit
so
is
expensive. It's
yeah,
so
everything's
gnarly.
expensive.
It sucks.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So like other than the expensive part, like it's got to be somewhere. It might as well be here.
Yeah, there's perks. We got chicks out here. There's girls everywhere, so that's always cool. Everyone's here. It's easy to connect. A lot of people out here move quickly because they connect and network so fast. You guys did it on your own by putting out the videos and building the following on YouTube, but there's dudes out here who will collab on TikTok or the tubes, whatever, and overnight because they cross-platform and share.
Yeah.
Does that jade a lot of people? Like when you were saying, I didn't want to be a YouTuber because a lot of the YouTubers are so cringy.
I think so, yes. To people who watch our stuff will be like, yo, now that I see your YouTube, like I kind of want to start a channel because it seems like you guys just have fun with the homies and chill. And I always promote them like, dude, take advantage of the internet and like do this with your boys. Even if you guys don't get famous, you can look back on your videos and be like, dude, we had a fun time. This was super cool. But if you're meeting like someone random, they're like, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I kind of make YouTube videos. People are like, oh, this dude's a dork. Yeah. And then I don't even go into detail. I'm just like, yeah, just another dumbass on the internet. So
we have the same dilemma.
Same
worry.
thing. Yeah, same thing.
Dudes that haven't seen your stuff, they'll be like, oh, these dudes don't know what they're doing.
It's even more rare where we're at though.
Yeah,
They're
I guess for different reasons.
YouTube, what is that?
Yeah, they're tripping out there. Everyone out here, even old people, they're kind of tuned in enough to know it.
Right.
Like I even have like an older demographic that's like, there's 60 plus people watching my shit. I'm like,
I believe it.
Can't believe you guys even figured out how to log into this shit.
No, there's a lot of people from Minnesota, especially that watch you. A lot of people. That's mostly our following, is what we found, especially traveling like this. We're like, man, the more we travel, the more we realize that Midwest base is really the main demo that fucks with us.
Yeah.
And when we post YouTube videos back home, so many people comment, yo, you guys should collab with Buttery.
I think you're the most requested.
Yeah,
It's
dude.
vice versa.
So
that's
many
what I
things
get
like
too.
that.
Really?
And
Which that's what Medium was saying. Like, I'm like, all of our viewers are like Midwest,
Yeah.
and I shouldn't say all. We got plenty all around the world, but
Majority.
And then he said, when you guys go on trips up to like Washington and shit, you'll meet almost more.
The further
I'm
away,
sure a lot of people know you here, but there's a lot of people here that might be too good to watch your YouTube channel because
everyone here is kind of sweet. You know, they're not going to take the time to watch your YouTube and sit down. And you could go, especially in moto, you could go to any public track and see any pro at any given moment. So it's like it doesn't have that effect with them. It doesn't weigh the same.
Yeah.
They don't need to go say hi.
We see this all the time. So some dudes here, like especially at the local tracks, they're probably like kind of over us. But the further you get away from your hometown and go to other states, I think because they think they would never meet you in person or see you two, and you're in their tiny town where nothing happens. They're just so stoked that you're there.
Right.
So it's always super cool to hit road trips and get the feedback from people. It's insane. I can't even believe like the amount of people that come up to us is so gnarly.
It's the best.
Yeah, dude, it's the best.
It's weird because like you
it's
could
gnarly.
like going through Instagram DMs, you could connect with 100 people in a day, but if you connect with like 2 kids that watch your YouTube channel at Glamis, like we talked to some of them, the dad was stoked. He was just everything about it, and I'm like, this experience is worth, you know, unfortunately worth those 100 DMs. Like, it's the best.
They love it. They're always surprised to see you in person. They're probably tripping.
What are you
because
doing
you guys
here?
are like, yo, it's not snowing out here. Like, what are you guys doing here? They're tripping that you guys are out there.
what's your opinion on staying in California? So many people are leaving right now.
I'm right in the middle. There's so many pros and cons. It's 50-50 right down the middle. Like I said, the networking, the weather, everything that you need is at your disposal right here.
Right.
So it's super in that way. And as far as tracks and stuff, it's kind of the spot to be. But if you took your money elsewhere, like you guys got property out there and stuff, your money takes you so much further. And I'm kind of thinking like, damn, maybe if we had property in another state, I'm gonna try to pull it off here as much as I can. But with like the way everything appreciates and inflation, like I don't know if that's gonna be the case.
Right.
So my goal is to stay here, but if I have to go out of state, I'll just go somewhere else, get property, and we'll just start ripping dirt bikes out there. And like, I mean, you guys made it happen, and you're pretty much in the middle of nowhere.
I like that. That's sweet. I'd love to see you stay in California because it's just the vibe. I'd love to see it. But at the same time, like, absolutely,
I'll try to do whatever it takes to make it happen to stay here. It's just expensive.
I just could not imagine, for one, paying these gas prices right now, but for two, like the taxes out here, and
gnarly.
Obviously there's a lot of really cool people out here, but also like the people out here are just way different than I guess what I'm used to. Like they just seem a little like
it's liberal out
their
here.
Nose up too much.
So liberal.
I don't know.
It's a whole different world. Completely, people aren't as open to like say what up and
and that's just the start.
Like, like I don't know why, but I'm just like have this ingrained in my head. Like when I'm walking down a sidewalk and there's another guy walking, I go like this, like give him the head nod.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's like that around
out
here.
here.
No.
Everyone's very entitled out here. They either came for money. The weirdest part is everyone here is retired, but they're rich, and you don't know what they did to start. And like they got these $5-6 million beach homes, but the lights are never on. They're not their vacation home.
They don't live there. They're not residents.
How do you even pull this thing off? And you're living somewhere else.
Taxes.
Money, mad money somehow, but no one's really working. I'm trying to be that dude, not really work and have money.
That is honestly the goal with pretty much if you can do what you love doing, like it's just the best. I don't know if we can like really say it, but we can cut it off now. But so Evan, you met Evan.
Yeah.
He was on the stilts. So he's just our buddy, right? And he's been just hanging around for years. He comes around whenever, and
rips bikes.
What he does is
better than any of us
for a living is he removes asbestos. You know what asbestos is? It's like super dangerous.
Crazy.
He's been doing that for 10 years. Anyways, we offered him like a spot. Like we're like, yo, like you can quit your job and we'll pay you and you can come be on the team and just come with us and make videos because we love having you around. You got such good energy and you fit in so well. And we just did that actually this morning. He accepted. And
really?
Yeah, he texted his boss already.
You inked it this morning on the way up.
On the way here, he texted his boss and he gave him his 2 weeks.
I was trying to tell him, I was like, yo, maybe like wait 24 hours. Like,
yo,
think
am
about
I cool to fire this text? And we're like, I was like, shit.
I was down. I'm like, dude, the offer's gonna be there forever. But
that's cool though.
But my point though is that, you know, doing what you love doing is more important than, you know, it's not like you don't feel like you have a job.
You only got one opportunity in one life.
Exactly. So. And Evan was, you can just tell he's just so happy about it. I'm so glad that he's
about to drop a tear
right away, dude. He was the first dude to just hop on the stilts. He was getting content right away.
Yeah, he's just, but he's like that. He's not trying. Like that. He's just like that.
That's how he'd be at any.
And so we definitely
anybody's house.
Hope that it doesn't change. Like it obviously will change the more ingrained we get together. But like, we hope that he doesn't like feel like he has to put on for the boys and like make extra hard. Like just be yourself. Do your best to be yourself.
Doing what you've been doing, but it's easy to get jaded to it. And like you always got to keep that perspective, like how lucky you are to be able to do what you do.
For sure, we're so lucky, dude.
We are
to make money on the
This
internet.
is a dream.
And have people
like literally a dream
do whatever
come true.
You want, and people come up and say what up to you. I mean, that's something you dream of, and to have it a reality.
So, like, what is your daily or weekly routine? Like, how does it look? Do you have a schedule, or you just kind of run it and you're just kind of going with the flow?
We kind of sometimes go to the similar tracks on certain days, just depending if they're open or not. But we free flow, totally free flow. I wake up, I'll text Eli, medium. I'm like, yo, should we ride today? He'll come over, he brings Chick-fil-A, whatever the case, and we just go. We try to make it as busy as possible, but we don't have to be anywhere where no one's expecting us to do anything. So I've pretty much been retired for a couple of years, but
I think like anybody listening that watches your videos is like, fuck yeah. That's what I kind of thought in a good way. Yeah, like they and that's how people feel watching your videos. They're like, man, they just go along with the flow. I mean,
chilling, back, but that's Cali kind of style. Here we're on full cruise control. We cruise it, but we don't plan nothing here and there. Like during the Supercross, we're trying to be busy and go from round to round, state to state,
do things.
But dude, I'll just wake up and be like, should we ride today? Should we not ride today? And we do whatever.
Today's episode is sponsored by Honey. We all shop online, and we've all seen that promo code field taunt us at checkout. But thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes is a thing of the past. Honey is a free-to-use browser extension that sources the internet for promo codes and applies the best one it finds to your cart. Honey supports over 30,000 stores online. They range from sites that have tech and gaming products to popular fashion brands and even food delivery. How it works, imagine you're shopping on one of your favorite sites. When you check out, the Honey button drops down and all you have to do is click Apply Coupons. Wait a few seconds as Honey searches for coupons it can find for that site. If Honey finds a working coupon, you'll watch the prices drop. Honey was able to save me 20% off my new pair of noise-canceling headphones. Honey has found its over 17 million members over $2 billion in savings. If you don't already have Honey, you could be straight up missing out on free savings. It's literally free and installs in a few seconds, and by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting this podcast. Get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/cboys. That's joinhoney.com/cboys.
Big thanks to Policy Genius for sponsoring today's episode. If someone relies on your financial support, whether it's a child, an aging parent, or even a business partner, you need life insurance. Ryan is smart and has already begun investing in life insurance, and now we've all started exploring our options with Policy Genius. Typically, life insurance gets more expensive as you age, so it's smart to get a policy sooner than later. Policy Genius is your one-stop shop to find the insurance you need at the right price. Click the link in the description or head to policygenius.com/cboys and answer a few questions. In minutes, you can compare personalized quotes from top companies and find your lowest price. You could save 50% or more on life insurance by comparing quotes with Policy Genius. The team of licensed experts at Policy Genius are on hand through the entire process to help you understand your options and make decisions with confidence. The Policy Genius team works for you, not the insurance companies. Whether you're just starting to shop or have questions about your active policy, they're your independent advocates offering unbiased advice. Since 2014, Policy Genius has helped over 30 million people shop for insurance and placed over $120 billion in coverage. So head over to policygenius.com/cboys to get your free life insurance quote and see how much you could save. Thanks again, Policy Genius. Back to the episode. Speaking of Evan and Eli, when did you first meet Medium? And when you meet Eli, when did he become Medium?
So that was 2009 as well. So when I moved into that house, he was actually my neighbor, and so and he was homeschooled. So we would just ride 110s together. When I got off work, we would come home and we just ride 110s together. He'd go to homeschool all day, and we were just neighbors. And he was little boy for probably the first 4 years, and he was branded like pretty well little boy. Like I think
that was
over
his
100K little boy.
What?
Oh,
how do you have that many
shit,
followers?
I didn't know that.
He was a filmer too, so he was Little Boy Films. He was doing his whole deal.
That's
and
sick.
People also knew who he was, and we always kind of rolled together. And then one day he just got big, and we're like, "Damn, you're kind of looking pretty medium-sized now." So
he's not a little boy.
Upgraded him.
He upgraded to medium. Everyone wants him to go large. I don't know if he's going to. I think
Not yet.
It's stuck to.
He doesn't. He can't go to large until he starts hitting the weight.
hitting the gym.
I'm not saying he's weak, but yeah.
Get him on roids.
Yeah, he's trying to definitely up it. But yeah, we've just been boys forever. Just we were homies, and in the beginning, everyone thought we were brothers, and we wouldn't even tell them otherwise. We'd run with it, be like, "Oh yeah, we're brothers."
That's always fun too. Like just leave a little questions, keep the comments running up.
Yeah, people
That's
like it.
sick,
Sometimes
though.
the unknown.
I haven't even known. I met these guys when I was. I don't even know. 17.
Like 9th grade.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess
16,
you would have been a
let's
little
say.
older. I don't know.
But so like I would not consider myself have growing up with you. I went to school with Ken. We weren't even friends in high school.
Oh really?
It's pretty crazy, honestly.
Which is funny.
That's sick that you.
classic.
It's like he's your you'd take a bullet for him per se.
Oh yeah, lifelong homies. Had to bail him out of jail a few times now. It's been a couple scenarios we've gotten ourselves into.
Dude, I was gonna ask that. So I just see it from following you on social media. It seems like you're always surrounded by guys like starting beef or like
It's crazy.
starting fights in some form. It's like pit bike races or parties or
at Supercross and someone's getting a fight in the stands.
Dude,
Why
it's
is
like
that?
everywhere
I don't
you
know
go.
if I draw that attention and people know that I'm there and they kind of get drunk and want to show out in hopes that they make it on a video. I don't ever promote it or provoke it and tell people that they should go do this. I'm kind of the dude that's like, yo, let's not do this. Just being older, because I've seen a lot of an experience. I haven't been arrested, so I'm hyped on that.
That's good.
Dude, it always seems to happen anywhere I'm at. Like, fights.
It's like trouble. It doesn't follow you,
insane.
but it just seems to be chaos around you, right? And you just
It's right there. I'm just
right
like
up.
a news reporter. Everyone's like, you promote that? I'm like, no, I just film it, and they just provide the content. I'm just there to capture the moment. But
not
it's been
something you're
crazy.
interested in getting tangled up in.
Yeah, I try
Like,
to.
if you're like, if I can post a clip of this and then not to talk to anyone about it.
I feel like that's kind of like the Cali.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna
people
say, is that
seem
just
to
a
like,
Cali thing?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's like
you see
gotta
a
be
lot
the
of
big
stuff
dick
out
in the
here,
room or
yeah.
something. Yeah.
And you see a lot of stuff going on out here, but yeah, everyone thinks they're sweet out here. Everyone's got something to prove. The people who've done the least and have the the least accolades are gonna act the sweetest.
Yeah.
Anyone who's earned it and come up by themselves, you'll just know that. You don't got to talk about it. You can just be a cool ass dude. But everyone who's trying to show out and be sweet, be the least sweet dude in the room every time.
God damn. Have you ever been in a fight then?
Many
fights.
Yeah. Not that I want to be.
You just had to.
But yes, many fights. A lot. The first few I was in were people that were haters. Like I was out at a bar and people would come up and be like,
shit, like because of your
start
content,
chirping
your creations.
they just like, yo, you
What
think
the
you're
fuck?
sweet? I'm like, nah.
Because
I
of
never
your
even said
content,
that.
or because you're like
I
beefing
think
with
it's the
someone?
name. I think it's
Yeah.
just you have a name and a following and you're at a bar and
That would be
you
weird.
have a
like,
draw. People
We used to have the same thing.
come
kinda.
Same
guess,
thing, but
I
they
guess.
don't.
Yeah,
I don't
Never
know. It was
got in a
like
fight.
different. It
it's
was
just
different.
jealous. People are jealous that you guys are doing it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're the big name.
It's also
in the town.
It's easier to like clown on someone when you're still kind of starting out because
Yeah.
you don't have much behind you.
No accolades, as you
Yeah,
said. It's when you're
and
like
then it's
that.
like, but now if someone said like chirp me and I'm at a bar, I'd just be like,
What do you
Yeah,
got?
I
I don't know. What do you got?
You just sit back and
Yeah.
laugh. I'm always like, yo, dude, I don't even care. I sit back, laugh, unless they're throwing the first punch,
Right.
which tends to
And you
happen
got
a lot.
Damn.
Really?
Yeah, that's happened a few times.
I feel like Cali guys are quick
Cali
to fight.
guys
It's
are-
just
they're
I don't know. It
hotheads.
just seems like what I see.
Yeah, we only have to deal with the small country boys who, like, hey, you ever seen Letterkenny?
no.
Anyway, just small country boys
Like,
who just
never
ready
the
to
country
beef up.
boys that are those aren't the guys beefing. Usually the country boys are the ones that have our backs at like
I mean,
all
true.
time.
I
It's
should
like,
just-
it's like the weird like
Yeah.
That just kind of goes
I don't
back,
know,
though,
kind
'cause
of,
the country dudes like earned it. You know, they have a job, they earn their stay, their keep, and everything. Everyone out here is entitled. They don't have jobs. Their parents are rich. You know, they're pulling their credit card out, looking sweet, buying shit for chicks. It's on their parents' card. So then they're all drunk and they want to look like the hero and come out swinging and throw the first punch. Be like, oh, I knocked out Buttery, whatever. Like,
And they'll go for it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was kind of gonna say like the
There's-
frat boy white boys.
I think it's the street cred.
yeah.
Now that I just realized it, because everyone kind of knows everyone. Everyone talks around here. You know, like if you did some shit like that back home, it's like not cool. Like,
True.
You're gonna piss off a lot of people because
Yeah.
everyone kind of stays in the community. But out here, it's like
They
I
earn
don't
a
know.
name. It's an easy way
Yeah.
for them to earn the name.
they get their
over
name
that.
out
Yo,
and they sound cool. And
I
they're like,
landed
oh, yo.
a punch on Buttery
Yeah.
on Saturday night. Like,
Fucking
what do you
lame.
guys think? Yeah.
That shit's so. I try to
That
stay
does
out
suck
of it all
because
the
that
time.
literally let's say it was you, they'd be like, yep, I'm gonna get clout from that from beefing with
Temporary.
you. Yeah, temporary.
Haven't been knocked out yet, so
It's good.
That's
we're
good
I've
too.
definitely
You got a
lost
strong
some
chin.
fights, but yeah,
No
we feel good.
KOs, no
But someone was
arrests.
fucking with medium the other night. I didn't even really know the scenario. My homie's like, yo, and I looked behind and they got him pressed up against a wall.
What?
So I just went up to this kid and just threw him straight on the ground right away. And that ended that quick. There was 10
That's
of these
good.
dudes. I'm like, oh, we're about to go 10v2.
Oh,
But luckily just one clean throw and that's all it took. And we were out of there.
you guys don't seem like you're the type to back down if it ever.
Not if
Arises.
it's not. If we
Yeah.
have to.
If you
yeah.
have to, you do.
Which I'm going to avoid it at all costs.
Right.
But a lot of the people who talk the most are the ones who are going to do the least too, especially like the dude who's cussing and puffing his chest at the party. He's not going to be the one to throw. The dude who's quiet is going to be the one who's going to start throwing out clean punches.
Yeah, one time we were in this bar in Michigan. We were up on a snowmobiling trip,
Dude.
and
Oh,
Jake
you already know, yeah.
Jake
Laugh.
was shit talking this fucking random old dude. He was like a 55-year-old guy. And Jake was kind of beefing with him, right?
So he started.
Did he
it.
start
yeah,
it?
Jake
Jake started it?
Yeah. Jake
I
started
mean-
it, and they were like kind of like puffing up, and
I only remember one part of the story, and it's Ben chirping him for being short and said,
never mind. Fuck
"We're
it.
cutting this
Got
anyway." Ken takes shits bigger than you, and that's when he tackled him in the bar, and that's when we had to
yeah,
get
yeah.
on
He
him.
tackled
The
him.
little
you
dude went
can't-
first.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, but you can't. And we all just said it's kind of a universal thing. If you like make a little man joke, he's gonna come after you.
The best part, which kind of shows how it is out there. Next morning, see each other at McDonald's. Apologize.
Yeah.
He was
You know,
Yeah.
people around us like, hey
Hell
man,
yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Like they're
Just
just
boy up real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're-
everything's good.
yeah.
You wouldn't see that out. People would never
No.
apologize for nothing out here. Even if they're in the wrong, they got to stay strong and say that they were
Right.
the right dudes. So I always apologize. There's dudes that I had beef with, or they had beef with me previously from years ago, and I see him in the pits, and I didn't even know it.
You'd probably turn down a pretty decent sized sponsor. Obviously, like you don't want to be a sellout or anything, but like let's say like I don't know, like Honda comes by and we're just gonna fund you. We're gonna give you bikes and we're gonna give you money.
Sweet.
But if you had to change,
you would never. Yeah,
You'd never.
It would kind of ruin the content.
Yeah,
and that's the biggest thing. Honda's the most corporate out of all of them because everyone
right.
runs
That's
in
why I
Japan,
use that as
so-
an example.
But you wouldn't be able to ride on the streets. Nothing
Yeah.
illegal. Nothing that's fun or something that could gain you traction. So if you take a deal that's gonna, steer you
It's
away
almost
from
like you're
how
better
you
off
built
just starting
an
a
audience,
race.
how could you go back on what you just took years of building?
Yep.
So
There's always the battle of like you could take the handout or whatever you want to call it, or you can just keep doing what you're doing and
Work
make that
for
handout
it, yeah.
and some, and it makes your
Over a
life
long period of time,
better.
usually,
Yeah.
but usually like if you don't take the sponsor, you got to work for it. We've said this about Danny Duncan. We've said this about us. Said it about you. It's like a cult following. Usually, cult is a negative word, but like
Good.
you work for it,
Yeah.
and then the people come to your video, no matter what you title it, no matter what's
just wanna
in
see
it, they're
what's
like
going on.
stoked that it's there.
They're diehard. That's what's cool. Like you create these lifelong fans, and like I didn't even think
Yeah.
I'm that cool. So the fact that people think I'm cool enough to like watch this every time just keeps me stoked and motivated to want to keep going. So if you have like a fan base, it's marketing in a sense. You guys have built a brand. I've built a brand. Like these are companies pay millions of dollars to do what you're doing organically, making videos. So if you can get people behind you and you're cool with them and they're cool with you, game over. That's the coolest relationship in the world, is having a fan who's going to be there for you.
Yep.
Like with your merch, like I take a lot of pride in our merch. Like I went to school for that.
Yeah.
Your merch,
You're the AI.
I
You
love
do all
it.
the design?
Yeah, yeah, and
That's
I
awesome.
love because think we follow a lot of YouTubers. Almost all of them do merch.
Every one of them.
I keep an
pretty much,
eye
yeah.
on as many as I can. I love yours so
Hell
much.
yes.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
got some
Like
great
it's just
designs.
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah.
Vice versa. You guys
And
stuff's
that's why
sweet. I love it.
People are stoked on it because you're like, and then we said the same thing. Would anyone really wear our name? It's not our name isn't even a real word. Buttery's a word, and then but it's sick that they do because they're stoked on you, and
Yeah.
obviously they're sick designs too.
Super, super thankful, and I always try to be as involved as possible with the merch. So that's the biggest thing, is if you don't want to wear it, you got to wear it
Right.
and think it's cool. So
Yeah.
It's
otherwise
all we
they won't
wear.
think it's cool. Yeah.
That's all we wear.
And
Yeah,
we
you guys
actually
are
struggle with
sweet.
it. Like I think you have a wide variety of people like wanting, like I don't know, wearing cool shit here. We actually kind of have to cater a little bit to our audience.
Yeah.
Like we want to, and then so we drop a lot of like easy to digest pieces and some different stuff, some hunting stuff, and then we'll
That's
drop
cool,
in
though.
like a tie-dye like this or
Throw that
something.
in
Yeah,
just to mix it up.
and
It's-
it works well.
You just never know who the next customer is,
Yeah.
so you kind of want a piece of everything. Just if you have a solid lineup of everything, someone's going to catch someone's eye. You have no idea, so it's cool to diversify and have stuff like that. Like this is all Cali out here, but
Yeah.
it's weird because I'll go like out of state and I'll do stuff specifically Cali Style in Louisiana. He sticks out like a sore thumb. He's in a bright pink
Yeah,
tie. He's the
interesting,
only
yeah.
dude out there. I'm like, damn, it looks kind of weird out here. It looked normal at the house party last week, but out here it's kind of weird. But it's cool just to see that it's grown to be as big as it is and hit all the states. You guys ship international too?
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
You? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is crazy. It's like Germany, Australia,
Tons of Canada for
Canada.
us. Like, usually you obviously
Yeah,
ship
huge
Canada, but
Australia.
Yeah.
Like we got places all over. I remember, so we do all of our own merchandise fulfillment, and Ken does most of it. But sometimes I'll come back and help with him, and I'll be like, dude, I've never even heard of this country.
yeah.
You don't even
There's
know
been
they
a
have
couple of
internet
times-
out there.
Dude, I'm like, how? They don't even speak English. Do they speak English there?
They're
how
just
are you
watching
watching?
subtitles.
Yeah, it's insane.
They just
Yeah.
think what you're doing sweet
Right.
on subtitles.
Dude, it's just, but they're that involved at least that they even bought some merch.
It's so cool.
It's just crazy.
And people don't know how supportive it's cool. You're building a brand, and then that money just goes back in to make videos and to keep doing it. So they're paying for the content in a sense. So it's cool
Yeah.
when people support in that way.
And literally every single dollar since we've started, it has gone. We just invested back into something.
Straight back
like
in,
if it can make content, then it's great.
Yeah.
Like and obviously there's how much content can it make is like the cost dollar cost for it worth it. But yeah,
You guys
we've
make
done
some
the same
big purchases with all the vehicles and stuff. It's insane.
we're 100% all in. You know.
It's cool though.
But yeah.
And it's tough, like with tough and a good thing in like personal purchases. Like, so if you get a new bike, like that's going to directly benefit the channel. And so every purchase that we make personally, we want to benefit the channel, of course. But that varies so much. You know, Ryan bought a $14,000 jet ski and then blew it up right away. And and we were like, this sucks. We'll figure it out. We'll help you out on the rebuild and shit.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I didn't tell him to buy the jet
right,
ski.
and so it's tough how that works out. And you know, Ben gets Ben and CJ and Ryan freaking $100,000 cars right now. Like, we want them to put out for these videos, but like that's hard because if you break something, like it happens fast.
I don't know. It's like you go into something and you can either make content with it or not, and you kind of gotta, you know, put up some of your money to.
Well, it's great though.
Yeah.
For
you know,
me, 'cause,
benefit
like,
the rest of the company.
Yeah.
So
Content's always good though. Content's
Right.
king, man.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because
Content's
the only
king.
reason we own these things.
Yeah, I would never buy any of this. Like,
because of the
most of
channel.
it.
Yeah,
Like, dude, you see that Tesla jump the other night?
That
in
was
LA?
insane.
yeah, dude.
I didn't
if
even
you-
want to ask you about that because we've all seen it a million
It's
times
crazy.
at this point. But it's crazy.
Like, if that was your guys' deal, obviously there's a kind of some legal behind it, but you would get out of it, and that
I
thing
would
had
fucking
C-Boys
lose.
on the hood, and you jumped it.
So
bro,
like,
you're
Dude,
laughing.
dude.
That's the
what
biggest
we
thing
get
in
out
the
of
world
it?
right
Like,
now.
It
we
is.
were wondering what the repercussions for something
Dude,
like that is.
I don't
here.
think anything's gonna happen. They have to be there and see it. The video's only enough, and like you're
exactly.
gonna get hit with
But
a
he
fine
hit
or a slap
he
on
hit
the
that
wrist.
car as part
You're
of
not
it.
going to jail. That's
Yeah, I
Did he
saw
hit a
like a
car?
hit and run was the
yeah.
Mm.
You're
Okay.
not going
what they
to
were
jail.
trying to ticket him for.
That dude's
Dude.
gonna get out smooth.
The
no
worst-
one knows.
They don't even know who it is.
The worst
now.
part though is that dude's like not getting shit from it.
Nothing
Everyone else
for
is
it,
getting.
yeah.
Yeah, he was just trying to like
just
show
a
off
legendary story.
for Alex Choi, I think was
Yep.
it? Yeah.
That's what it was.
Is that hill pretty gnarly though? Because
It's
you
insane.
jumped that hill
Yeah.
on a bike,
It's
right?
insane.
Drops out real fast.
You go so slow to go so far, and there's like a tree that overhangs. If you cut the tree a little bit, you could go really far. You could go deep, but you just cruise, and that thing will take you all the way down. It's like a ski
It's
jump, like the
insane.
long
Yeah.
distance
I can't-
ski dudes. It's kind of like
Dude,
that
yeah.
setup.
I can't
Drops
believe
What
they
were they
haven't-
thinking when they built that?
Yeah.
Crazy.
How come they haven't cut it down?
It's that's the LA. That's if you guys go, you haven't been to the hills of LA yet, huh?
No.
This is where all the rich people are. This is like what you hear the hills, Travis Scott,
Right.
LA and the hills. Like you'll see why they want it, but it's just having a view of the city. So they didn't want to grade the thing. When you're there in person, the thing's massive.
Yeah,
It's
I
so
saw
steep.
a picture or a video of like the run
It's like
up.
almost a quarter
I was
mile
like,
from top to
Jesus, dude.
bottom. It's long.
So you think he was just on it the entire way?
That dude was hauling ass, and I just think that dude had no idea how big he was gonna go. He thought he
Right.
needed to go, 70 to jump this car, not knowing like for every foot it falls away,
Jeez.
you're going more feet out.
Yeah.
Like he was hauling ass, and dudes like that Dobrik dude jumped it.
Yeah. Well, he let
Yeah.
another guy jump
that
it. Yeah.
Josh of the Jungle,
did, yeah.
he jumped it, and like you don't
He hit
have
it
to go
perfect.
that fast to go that far.
Yeah,
It
that was
sweet.
nuts.
If you guys had the Razors or something, the Can-Ams out here, and you went and jumped that thing, you could boot that thing to the bottom.
I bet so many people do.
No one has taken
Yeah,
it. Like I've seen dirt bikes and Harleys and Teslas, but I haven't seen anyone with like a pre-runner with built suspension jump it
Just
yet.
and they could
don't-
crush that jump.
You know, I don't know how California works, but that spot has become so popular. I feel like they're going to do something now after this Tesla jump.
Yeah,
they're
you
they're going to
think.
probably have some signs up or some kind of
A gate or
repercussion.
something.
I don't know, but
Yeah,
I'm
that-
sure the people that live there fucking hate it.
Dude, I went on dirt bikes last time, and everyone came out and was stoked on
Oh.
it. But I think that Tesla thing is kind of going to ruin it for some people.
I
A lot of
bet,
people
right.
don't know where it's at though. But if you could jump that thing with a pre-runner,
Oh,
you'd
that
be
would
the
be
man.
sick.
You'd be the man.
We should have Ryan jumping on his quad.
Yeah, you got the quad out here.
It's in there. It's
got
tucked
dune
away. in the-
tires on it though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you want a viral quad video?
Bro.
Honestly,
I got a jump for you. It's in LA.
That'd be pretty gnarly.
quad jump. Ryan's not much of a jumper, unfortunately.
No.
We're not
Keep
much
it
of
on-
quad
Keep
guys.
it on the ground.
He hangs 12. But he put his dune tires on backwards, so if that says it,
I see that all the time in Glamis. Dude's first time, the cups are backwards.
yeah. Okay, if we did
Yeah.
on our, I mean, again, I can't make that much fun. We could definitely have that happen to us if we put our cups on backwards on our dirt bikes.
Oh,
You
you
just
see
gotta-
that?
you just gotta
You see
quit.
the guys
Or
on
no.
dirt bikes putting
I
backwards?
haven't seen
Oh, okay.
moto.
'Cause
Oh.
you'd
I
obviously
see like
wouldn't
all the
ride.
yeah, I see the quads.
That'd be pretty fun.
I'm
though.
sure there are dudes out there on dirt bikes who put their paddles on backwards. I just haven't seen it, but I'm know for a fact it happens out there.
I damn near did it.
Yeah, because it's weird because you think it would go the opposite.
I don't
you gotta,
know.
you
You're all
gotta look at
stressed
it
about
for a
like
second.
doing your tire and not popping your tube, and then you put it on backwards.
Because the moto knobbies aren't directional on the
Right.
rears, so then you
Right.
just think about slapping it on. Yeah, you got to look at the sprocket there. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
This has been good.
yeah.
Yeah, this
Any
is sweet.
questions?
It's been good.
Close
It's
it
been
down.
good. Yeah, this has
I
been
think
awesome.
Let's
we're
go.
gonna ride some pit
Yeah,
bikes
we're gonna
after
go ride
this.
some pitters. Hopefully.
Yeah, let's go cruise around. I'll show you the Cali. Maybe we'll get
That's
some cops
sweet.
or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of like on
So-
our bucket list. to
Yeah.
be
So
honest.
what is the urban pit bike life like if you do run into cops?
Around
Every
here.
time I've ridden into cops, I've always been okay. I think it's just the way I come off or maybe the way I approach them. Everyone else out here tells me they have a problem, like especially in my hometown here, Escondido, they get their bikes yanked.
What?
Damn. Really?
I've never had that problem.
Very different.
Can we
I
get them
ha-
back if they get yanked?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you have the titles. I don't have titles for mine.
Oh
so
fuck, we don't got titles.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're at home.
You kind of just got to weigh out your options. I'd always be cool with the cops at first because a majority of the time they're going to be cool with you, just tell you to bail. Some I have ran before. It just, you got to kind of, the fight or flight, you got to figure out
Right.
that scenario. I've ran, but if you
Feel it
run,
out.
you got to make sure you're gone.
Yeah.
Because then if you get caught from fleeing, now you're talking about like actual jail time. So if you're running, you're gone. But if you kind of know how to ride, I mean, dude, you're on two wheels.
Yeah.
You're going to be out of there. You're gone.
And is that always with helmets? I mean, like a lot of times pitters don't
The
get
last
ridden with
time
helmets.
We ran away. We had a house party here. We went down for something, and there was 4 of us, and we all had chicks on the back doubles.
Oh,
so those
no.
things are kind of bogging, and we were in our hometown, and we pinned it away.
Yeah.
Kind of sliced and diced, kind of some back alleys,
It's
and
all about the
everyone
weaves.
got away. Yeah.
Dang.
Little bob and weave. The chicks are, some are crying, some
Trick.
think it's sweet. They're like, hell yeah, this is awesome. It's like a movie. But yeah, as long as you get away, you should be okay. But yeah, if we go out and ride today, I'm sure we'll have some fun. And maybe
Perfect.
We'll see a moto cop, and he'll want to ride with us.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, let's go do it.
Sounds good.
Well, go follow
yeah.
Buddy on Buttery Buttery on Instagram and YouTube,
Yeah.
and go show his merch some love.
Hell yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for having me
Yeah.
on and coming out here. And
We'll
giving me
link
the
you down
opportunity.
below.
Perfect, thank you.
Absolutely.
This has been
Thanks for
awesome.
having us over. See if
Super
we can
cool.
get this RV out of here
Yeah,
later.
we'll try our best.
If not, we're stuck here. So
Hey, I got extra room, so come on in.
Yeah, we might end up just crashing here.
Yeah.
Staying here.
Yeah, we got to go find Evan anyways. All right, brother.
peace.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah.